Hello, I'm Michael Glass from the FXcast Market Analysis team. This is our FXcast Market Analysis trading plan. In each of our videos, we try to identify high probability trading setups. We'll evaluate the gold chart to see if there's any leading sentiment. We will create a low volatility watch list, an inside bar watch list, and we'll review the economic calendar to see if there are any releases that could affect our open and new trades. As always, please send your comments and feedback to analysis@fxcast.com. Okay, so as we look at Thursday's um, market analysis plan, we're looking at the daily chart of gold. We got the pullback yesterday, and now we're immediately finding value, and they're bringing it right back up. Gold is just, obviously on a tear. What you should notice here, and we'll bring over the crosshairs, is that this low here is coming in, and it's sort of matching up with our little swing high here, wick here, and what's going on right in here with this inside bar. So there was some, and this is what we talked about the other day. If we get below 1580, then that would be our more of a tell that we may move lower. But yesterday we said to watch this 1585 level, and even though we did go a little bit below it, we never got below 1580. But we did come right back up. And so right now our point of control is at 1587. The point of control is the price level that has the most volume. So for the past day or so, where the most of the volume is happening is around this 1588 price level. And as we move back up, we're moving back up into this resistance that we'll find around 1600, 1603. So what we may see is, even though we're not pulling back, the market is still breathing. And more importantly, gold may be held up also a little bit by the U.S. debt discussions, because people are taking a flight to gold. And if there is some type of decision, especially one to raise the debt ceiling in the States, we may see gold pull back a little bit. So for right now, I would say sit on hands on gold. Notice that once we got oversold, we did certainly get our move up, and now we're getting into this overbought price level. But I'll be more interested to see what happens up here around 1603. But for right now, sit on hands, let gold breathe. So as gold continues to be strong, let's look at the pound dollar, and we see that the pound dollar also made a move higher here on the daily. Little increase in volume today, but we can see that the selling volume is still in control. But what's more important is what we talked about yesterday. What we talked about yesterday is this 1.6175 price level. It's where buyers found value, buyers, and now sellers are finding value. We pushed it down, they pushed it down, they pushed it down, they pushed it down. Here we are again. So we really need to get this, and at this point, another day's candle is also going to bring us into this downtrend line. So there's going to be a lot of resistance above us. What else do we see? Well, now we are starting to get away from our long-term moving average. We're starting to get up into a sell zone with regards to our Bollinger Bands. So that's kind of reinforcing what we're saying about this price level here at 1.6175. Also, we can see that today the pound took control. Keep in mind, they're both below zero, but at least there's a little divergence. The pound heading up, the dollar heading down. So that is allowing us to move higher. That's great. And so what we need to confirm whether or not this resistance is going to hold up is our probability indicator to get up here in our high probability of a reversal range, and then we can look for that move to the downside. Similarly, we see the euro dollar moving up, coming into a little resistance here. And also, again, you can see this choppiness where buyers and sellers are battling over control here. So we're back at that price level. You can see right where we are right now, this blue line is also where we have this dip here. A lot of choppiness in this price level. So again, this indecision that we're seeing has a lot to do with what's going on both with the debt in Europe and in the States. When we come over, we've been trying to get back up to our long-term moving average, and we're just about there. Certainly, as we move through the zones, we should come up and reach this zone up here, which will get us up to our long-term moving average. However, we are, for the most part, in a neutral zone. We just got above. Well, this is neutral here, so we are actually, I'm sorry, in a sell zone. Let me take that back. We are in a sell zone underneath our long-term moving average. We can see that the euro is clearly in control, diverging away from the dollar, and it's also above positive, so that's certainly good, and we can see that down here. So as we get closer to our long-term moving average, it'll be interesting to see if our probability indicator will start to get up here to that overbought level to give us a signal to bring us back down to our neutral zone, again, as we're in a sell zone. Again, I want to clarify, right now we are in a sell zone. Finally, we finish off with the dollar franc, and since we're seeing the dollar weak against the pound and the euro, we're seeing the same thing here with the franc. As we come over to our daily chart, we can see the weakness here. We were trying to get this move higher, but you can note these wicks in here. That's kind of where we're at. Volume dying off a little bit here. So if we're, what we were hoping for is to come back up here and test this 8138, and then the sellers will come in and push it lower, but we'll see what happens. We're underneath our long-term moving average, but you can see we're right in parity. We're right in the neutral zone here, so we're going to have to wait and see. Here we can see the franc took control, and it's above 0 too, so that's really good. But they are, this one is clearly diverging, going away from each other. They are kind of parallel here, and so parallel would equal a sideways move on price action. Here we did get a probability of a move higher. It didn't get too extreme, but we did get there. And so that's probably, as we were moving down, and then now we got the probability of moving higher, is leading towards our sideways action, that along with the franc and the dollar moving sideways. So what I would like to see here is, we're putting in this inside bar on the daily chart. So I want to watch the high and lows here to see which way we're going to move. Up to the twin moving average, down to retest the lows. Currently, for our low volatility and inside bar watch list, we do not have any candidates. We'll keep an eye out. Let's move to the economic calendar. As we come to our economic calendar, we did have a couple things that are certainly important to the market. The all industry for the yen is certainly important. We've got some manufacturing and inflation data for Germany and the European Union. Jobless claims hasn't really been moving the market of late, but it certainly can. Bernanke, if he says anything different, that can move the market, but I don't expect him to slip up. And then we have Philly Fed in the States. That can move the market. Leading indicators, that can move the market. And that's probably going to be it for what could potentially move the market. We would like to thank you for watching our FXcast market analysis. As we continue to improve and make adjustments so that you're getting value from our videos, we want you to take the time to give us feedback, give us comments, send us questions about what you would like to see in our videos, and you can send those comments and feedbacks to analysis@fxcast.com, or you can post to our daily forum. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.